Back in the wondrous year that was 2015, a little pervy game by the name of HuniPop was released for the masses to enjoy. This game became a worldwide phenomenon on YouTube. Everyone was playing this Candy Crush with a side of titty, a dating sim. And your boy was definitely no exception to that. So by combining these two elements together, HuniPop skyrocketed as one of the most popular and memorable games on the internet. It's especially impressive when you find out that these Huni games were actually made by one single person. It's pretty insane to think that there are a lot of indie games that came around this era that were only made by a single individual. Other noteworthy examples being Undertale, FNAF, and later on 𝓱𝓸𝓻𝓷𝔂 Literature Club. But I'm getting sidetracked. This video is about the HuniPop trilogy. What makes these games so addicting and fun? And most importantly, my thoughts on the recently released HuniPop 2. So without further ado, hi, how y'all doing? My name's 𝓱𝓸𝓻𝓷𝓂, and I'm a degenerate that likes anime titty. So I'm not usually experienced in the world of dating sims, but my guess is that HuniPop is as popular as it is because it did something very different from the usual dating sim, which was, instead of bombarding you with story and text, it bombarded you with a bunch of colorful little token matches that made the serotonin in your brain go brrrr every time you got a 4 or a 5 in a row match. But obviously, those matches weren't the only element in the game. Every time you won a date, you could also get rewarded with a very erotic piece of art, which all three games have. But the most detailed art comes from the first and third game, both very unique and have their strengths and weaknesses. For example, the art from the first game is a lot more anatomically correct but less polished, and in HuniPop 2, the anatomy is lesser, but the art seems more polished. And in the first game, the more you dated a chick, the more revealing the picture got. You didn't get a nude from the go. It took at least 4 dates for you to get a nude from the girls. So because of the whole addicting game mechanics and the ecchi pictures, HuniPop gives you double the rewards. It's a genius concept for an addictive game. The token matching is rewarding because you have specific goals to achieve, and is something that in concept anyone can do. Just match the tokens and get points.
A caveman could do it.
So the flow of reward chemicals you get when you win a game is nothing short of ecstatic. Not to mention that, since it's unpredictable, it feels even better when you were able to beat the game that gave you all sorts of unforeseeable obstacles to overcome. On the other hand, you have the most consumed thing on the internet. You know, that naughty word that YouTube doesn't like. So, instead, I'll just call it prawn. So prawn is also something that, unfortunately, many people are addicted to. But even if you're not, it is a natural animalistic instinct to feel frisky. So of course, when you're working towards the goal of getting laid, be it in the game or in real life, it feels a lot more rewarding when you actually succeed. The effects both of these things can cause in someone's mind is very similar to substance abuse. Actually, it's just like that. When you're playing, you feel very satisfied when you win and get rewarded, but super grumpy if you fail. But because human beings naturally like to finish what they start, you keep trying until you win. It's a never-ending cycle until you yourself put a stop to it with your own will.
Stop it.
And I'm saying that because games like Candy Crush, which inspired the token matching in HuniPop, are pretty much never-ending. You have temporary goals and keep getting higher and higher levels, but there is no end, so either you play forever or stop when you get sick of it. Fortunately, HuniPop doesn't have this problem because all 3 games have an accomplishable end goal. So all 3 games give you that satisfying feeling without making you feel like a slave to the game. At least not for too long. Truth is, because of the addicting properties of games like this, it's very possible that they can have negative side effects like fatigue and again addiction. The second game, however, does this a bit differently than the others. since instead of being a Candy Crush simulator, it's a cookie clicker. Different game mechanics, but still very enjoyable. I think out of all the games, I probably went back to HuniCam the most, since you can finish a game in 2 hours tops. It was a different experience, but a very enjoyable one. And it's one that gives a lot of less fatigue.
I can't even feel my left leg.
So even though it's a controversial opinion, at least in these aspects, HuniCam is better than the other two games. I really like the HuniPop trilogy, but because I like finishing most things I start, the reason I finish most anime, I feel like I can't move on with my life until I finish the game. So if it takes me too long to accomplish to finish, it can get tiresome. I honestly don't remember feeling too much like this with the first game, but that probably was because it's been such a long time since I played it, but I definitely felt learning HuniPop too. In my opinion, the game dragged a little too long for my taste. We honestly did not need that many different pairs in my opinion. Some of them just straight up don't make any sense to me, like Leilani and Lil for example. They have nothing in common. You can tell some of these were kind of forced. So honestly, instead of being able to get a different pair with one girl 4 times, 2 or 3 would have been plenty. Speaking of girls I didn't like, I'm gonna vent a little bit because I am low-key super annoyed that the most annoying cunt in HuniPop universe made it into the 3rd game. Dude, there are 2 kinds of people I cannot stand. Weeps and goths. And I really mean the exact kind of stereotype that we get in the game. Like, Jesus Christ, what is wrong with you people? Did people vote for these annoying ass bitches to be in the game? I guess Lillian I can kind of understand because the internet seems to have a thing for big titty goth GF memes. But the weeb? Like straight up actual weeaboo, not just like meme weeb. I mean, come on, dude. Where's my Nikki? My Japanese hottie Aiko? My cat Momo? My expensive Brazilian Romarlema? Ugh. Well, at least all the new girls are really good. I really like them all, especially Polly. Fuck, I love Polly so much, dude. She is my queen, my beautiful goddess. Let me marry her, please. I don't know, dude. I'm just so in love with women like Polly. I really adore girls that have that old school fashion aesthetic, that bride vibe. Not to mention that she's a YouTuber. A fucking YouTuber, dude. How cool is that shit? We could talk about so much stuff. Like how this algorithm eats people alive regardless of how big or small you are. And how big corporations always win even though independent creators legit make so much better content. Man, I just love this platform. But yeah, all that aside, I would say HuniPop 2 is just as enjoyable as the first game. There isn't much of a difference when it comes to the gameplay mechanics, so I think in that department they're both pretty equal. What sets them aside is the variety of new characters, different plot, setting, and comedy. If there's one thing that the creator of the game really improved on this game, is the comedy. From the very beginning, I caught myself laughing out loud many times by both the dialogue options and Q's commentary. That ending though, fucking bitch. I did not believe Q for a fucking second. I want to make that very clear. All the other dialogue and backstory of the characters are enjoyable as well. Some more than others though. And they're a very refreshing break that I definitely need after comboing all those mad combos, if you know what I mean. Frankly, the weeb and the goth are generic as fuck though. But I honestly got really attached to Nora, for example, because you can really tell from the types of baggages that she carries, and through her general personality traits, likes and dislikes, that she's really a wonderful person who deserves a better woman that loves her more than me, okay? Don't be horny, Nora! Find yourself a good person that will treat you like the queen you are! So what are my closing thoughts? I mean, there isn't much left to say other than the Huni trilogy is an enjoyable bundle of games for degenerate people like me. But if I may advise, if you play this game, please take it easy. because addiction of any kind is no good. So try not to binge the game all at once like me. Unless you're meaning to make a YouTube video about it. In that case, good luck, man. I salute you, and happy boinging. Anyways, that's gonna be it for me today. Thank you all so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that good shit to help my channel grow. If you want to help fund more degenerate projects like this, please donate any amount you want over to my Ko-Fi page. My broadcast would really appreciate it. And if you would like to follow me on my socials, links will be in the description. I hope you have a wonderful day, and remember to stay determined. Jeffin, guys!